Good afternoon, one and all. I, Pooja Kalange, Assistant Professor IICMR MCA, welcome you to Webathon 2020, a webinar series hosted by Institute of Industrial and Computer Management and Research, IICMR, Pune. This series adopts a watchful and timely theme: engage, explore, and empower. Oracle applications comprise the application software or business software of the Oracle Corporation. Oracle applications, mainly said as Oracle apps, extend widely to supply chain management, human resource management, warehouse management, customer relationship management, product lifecycle management, and many other areas. So let's enhance and boost our learning through this webinar series, Webathon 2020. Just a couple of instructions before we begin. Please keep yourself mute in order to avoid further distractions due to noise. Also keep your videos off too. Also, you can see a chat box icon at the upper left side of the screen. You can use this chat box during the question answer session. So to begin with, I would like to introduce you with our today's speaker, Mr. Sangameshwar Modi, Business System Specialist at Nuance India Private Limited. Mr. Sangameshwar Modi has 8+ years of experience in Oracle apps as technical consultant in analysis, design, testing, development, and support. He is Oracle Certified Associate, having good techno-functional understanding of Oracle Finance modules, AP, AR, and GL, Oracle SCM modules, PO, OM, and Oracle Application Framework, OAF. He has knowledge in RISE Oracle components and in design documents like MD50, MD70, and MD20. Mr. Sangameshwar is also the distinguished alumni of IICMR. Today, Mr. Sangameshwar Modi will be addressing us on the topic Oracle Apps, an Avenue to Succeed in IT Industry. He will be shedding light upon harnessing the tactics of Oracle Apps in IT industries, different methodologies in Oracle Apps, and career avenues in Oracle as well. Over to you, Mr. Sangameshwar.
Yeah, sure. First of all, thank you very much. So let me know where I'm audible or not.
Yeah, you're audible and your video is clear. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. So first of all, I would like to say thanks to IICMR, all the faculty members who has given me the great opportunity to share my details here or share my knowledge here. And basically, this Webathon series is going to be helpful for each and every students or participant to grow their career in IT. So before going to start our Webathon related to Oracle apps, first of all, I would like to give my introduction. So as Pooja ma'am has just given all the details regarding myself, so I would not take much time on my introduction, but just to start. So myself, Sangameshwar Modi, and I'm currently working in the Nuance India Private Limited as a senior Oracle apps technical developer. But as my business, external title is something different. So she might have, given the business application specialist. Yeah. So as I'm being, alumni of ICMR, so I was there in 2015, my last year, and I got campus hired in the Symantec. So I've been there, 4 years, and finally, I switched to Nuance, and I'm currently working there. So I would like to share my screen and show the presentations, so we can start. So before going to start the topic, first of all, I would like to share my details like what is Oracle apps and what are we going to discuss in this particular topic. So Oracle apps is one of the softwares given by the Oracle organization. Basically, this particular software is a bundle of different softwares or technologies where with the help of this particular software, the clients or the different organization may build their own software package and utilize as per their business requirement. And with, as related to the students, how it is going to be avenue to succeed in IT, that I'll explain later. So let's begin. So first of all, we would like to share here information technology. So what is information technology? Everyone knows, or everyone wants to be a member of IT, wants to be a wants to be grow their career in IT. But first of all, we would like to know, we should know about it, what is the actual IT. So IT, the information technology, refers to the development, maintenance, and usage of computer softwares or systems. And mainly, if you look at, there are three pillars of this particular information technology department. So one is IT department, IT development, second is IT operations, and third is hardware and infrastructure. So what is IT development? So we all learn in our in education time period, like Java, C, C++, PHP, or any languages like SQL or PL SQL. So which is mainly work as.
Sangameshwar,
Okay.
I just want to interrupt you. We are not able to see your PPT. So can you share the PPT? So your screen is shared, but PPT is not shared. So you can stop again, stop the sharing, and please share again the PPT. Okay.
So which screen you are able to see now?
So we are able to see you.
Only, is it?
Yes.
Are you able to see now?
Yes. Now it is visible.
Okay. Yeah. So basically, I selected another page.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now it's okay.
So
Thank you.
yeah, fine. Yeah. Thank you very much for saying. Yeah, so we are on the information technology, and we were talking about the three pillars of IT department. So first, like IT development. So what is IT development? Consist here that by using every technology like C, C++, Java, any of the languages, with the help of these languages, if we create or if we develop any software to fulfill any organization's requirement, which comes under IT development. So basically, for the graduation student, our career goal is like to become a developer in any of the languages which are their interest. But IT has another two roles as well, and IT is a huge where everyone will not be getting development area itself, but we have another pillars as well. So IT operations is the second pillar of this. So IT operations is nothing but what? So IT operation is nothing but whatever developers have developed their products and launched to the customers, launched to the market. After that, that particular software is being supported by some other department, that is nothing but IT operations, because day-to-day active while doing the day-to-day operations on those particular softwares, we need to have the support as well. I'll tell you one example. Like if you are using any handset and if you face some issues, so you immediately call to the customer care and saying so and so I'm facing this problem and can you please look at this. So that department is nothing but IT operations. If that particular resolution in their hand, they will directly coordinate with customer and resolve that issues. Otherwise, they will reach to the technical team and try to resolve as soon as possible. That is nothing but IT operations. And hardware and infrastructure. So basically, any of the software, if you want to build, then you need the technology first of all, and then you need hardware and infrastructure. Infrastructure contains network, infrastructure contains database, infrastructure contains your laptop and all this stuff where you are going to build. It would be consist these softwares as well, which with the help of you will be able to develop, like JDeveloper, like SQL developer, such as. So let's go further. There are multiple platforms to build your career in IT. So let's start with. So before going to Oracle apps, everyone knows there are two main sites where you will be growing your career opportunities. So what are these? So in C, C++, Java, C#, PHP, Python, these are some languages where you will build your software. It would be standalone, it would be web-based, and these are the user interface softwares. And to handle this at the backend, or to store the details, or to retrieve the details of these particular softwares, you need database. And to design the database, you will require SQL, PLSQL. There are two types in that. So SQL, PLSQL, would be fine with developers, and would be used with Oracle database administrator as well. So let's begin with the today's agenda. So I know I took too much time on what is IT and what are the pillars, but those are the basic points to learn this Oracle apps. So let's start with the today's agenda. So I would like to share what is Oracle apps, why Oracle apps, then how it is going to work, what are the tools being used, real-time applications, and future for your career. So let's start. So what is Oracle apps? So as Pooja ma'am said, she has given the bit information, but I would like to express more here. Like Oracle applications comprise the application software. As I said, this is nothing but a software bundle where you will be getting Oracle database and as well as Oracle application. So the terms refers to non-database and non-middleware part is nothing but software bundle. Oracle is a corporation, organization sells many functional modules which use the Oracle RDBMS. RDBMS is nothing but Relation Database Management System, which basically used to handle or manipulate your data or store your data as a backend. Notably, Oracle Financial is a application where you will be finding, or you will be manipulating all the data regarding finance based on their organization. Oracle HRMS. HRMS is nothing but Human Resource Management System. So HR department is basically use this particular application to maintain their records, to fetch their reports, and to publish to the higher organizations. So again, there are another modules like Oracle SCMs. SCM is nothing but supply chain management. Oracle projects, Oracle CRM. CRM is nothing but customer relationship management. Oracle procurement. So procurement is basically used to purchase the product and to utilize that, or to maintain the record of purchase history. Here, each application is licensed separately, so companies can select the combination which is suitable to their business process. So this is nothing but actual Oracle apps Now we will see some main releases which had in Oracle apps or Oracle EBs. So Ellison co-founded Oracle Corporation in 1977. So that is the Oracle Corporation Foundation, and Oracle Apps is another product of Oracle organization. So Oracle e-business suite started life as Oracle Financials in 1987. So majorly, if you look at Oracle EBS, then we would found 3 different versions of it. So Oracle e-business suite or EBS, we call it as 11i. So
Sangameshwar, sorry to interrupt you. Your PPT is not visible.
still,
Yeah, there's some disturbances, I feel. The second PPT after Oracle Apps is not visible, I guess.
maybe it will take some time. I don't know, because due to network issue, it may delay, but definitely I have not changed anything. So the second slide will come up. Or do you want me to reshare again?
It's visible, yeah, fine.
Yeah, okay. I know due to network issue, it may take some time. Yeah, so we are talking about Oracle apps releases. So there are 3 main releases, which is Oracle EBS 11i, Oracle EBS R12, and Oracle Fusion application. So it is nothing but Oracle ERP Cloud. So 11i is launched in 1998, and it has so many different releases. So after that, different releases is nothing but they themselves upgrade their projects or upgrade their applications. So whatever the bugs, whatever the issues they found, they usually fix it and they launch their new product. As we can see in our mobile apps, we will be pushing to upgrade or update the apps. So similarly, in these particular applications as well, they releases new versions, and different clients of the Oracle need to upgrade their applications. So right now, if you talk about latest version is R12 2.9 is the latest version where market is using, and Oracle Fusion Cloud is nothing but, so Oracle organization have decided to grow their organization in cloud as well, because earlier 11.9 and R12, those are the platform dependent, or we can say infrastructure based applications, but cloud is non-infrastructure based application, is nothing but cloud based applications. According to the company's website, there are 9 different modules in it. As I said in the earlier slide, there are financials, HRMS and all. So similarly, in Oracle ERP Cloud as well, there are 9 different modules. So as I said, what is Oracle, why, and everything I explained, but why Oracle apps only? Are there, are not there any other applications to use it? What is the exact purpose of benefit by using Oracle apps? So Oracle EBS, which has significant technology incorporated into the applications, include it's a database technology, which integrates basically multiple technologies and create their own applications, is one benefit. Secondary benefit, if as a technical stack, if you talk about, so Oracle has their own technology like Oracle Forms, Oracle Reports, Apache Server, Oracle Discoverer, JInitiator, SunJava. As you might know, Oracle has acquired SunJava as well, so that is also included. Again, this is second benefit you can say. Third point is Oracle has given their technical documentation to the users as a website, where you can go and you can search your problems, you can search your any queries. Like I have one Oracle table and I need to know all the details of that particular table, why it is used, what is the columns in it, what are the joins. Each and every point is described in e-business suite as a ETRM. So where you will be find technical documentation. So Oracle ERP product is second largest in the software in sales, and SAP is first one. Why SAP is first one? Because they have cheaper rates than Oracle ERP. So, and again, Oracle Apps has given a flexibility to business or flexibility to their client, because Oracle has developed a product as a template. Like you might have used, so while developing the web pages or website, you might have used the templates, and after that, based on your requirement, you did some changes in that, and that template you launch as your website. So similarly, Oracle has given that flexibility to their businesses, their clients. Based on their requirement, they can create their own applications. So it is called as nothing but customization. Again, Oracle, you might be knowing that Oracle has high security for database. That is another part of it. So all these reasons, so because of that, Oracle Apps is used in industry vastly. So next we'll see how it works. So let me know once you are able to see my slide, how it works.
Yes, it's visible.
Yeah. So basically, Oracle is worked in three different, models or three different ways. First is Oracle DBA team, Oracle functional team, Oracle technical team. So you can consider as a department. So to just understand better, I have given the name as team. So what does DBA, Oracle DBA? So basically any of the software, if you want to use, then you should be able to install that particular software. You should be maintain that software, again patching that software, upgrading that software, and you should be able to do health check proper of that particular software. So those all type of works is taken care by Oracle DBA. So database creation, table creation, maintenance of those product, databases, or if your data is greater than that, then upgrade their size and all. So this is taken care by DBA. So what is functional team does? So functional team is nothing but, or functional teams work here. They need to reach out to the business. They need to reach out to their client. They need to take the requirements. So what actually they want. Based on the customer's requirement, they need to create the functional documents, and they need to check how it is going to be integrated with Oracle application. So based on their knowledge, they would be creating or they would be generating the functional flow, and those documents will be handed over to the technical team later on. And technical team will take those functional documents, which is called as MD50. MD50 means methodology document 50 number is given to the functional area. This is nothing but Oracle methodology I'm saying. So based on that MD50 document, technical team will create MD70. 70 code is referred for technical documents. They will analyze the all functional flow. They will incorporate with functional team. They will try to design as much as they understand. Again, in technical term, if you talk about, there will be two different teams, we can say. One is Oracle application design team and one is Oracle technical design team. So application design is nothing but front-end developer, you can say, and Oracle technical design team is nothing but backend developer. Just to understand more clearly, I'm just taking these terminology. This is not actual terminology which will be written in the Oracle apps terms. So Oracle application design, so which will be under part of OAF development and Oracle form development, which already in the first slide I have told, like Oracle has their own products to build their application. OAF is nothing but Oracle Application Framework, which designs basically web pages, and Oracle Form Builder is a tool which is used to develop the business forms. So what is Oracle Form? Oracle Form is nothing but, you might have seen while developing the Java applications, so you might have seen Java applets. So similarly, Oracle Apps has designed Oracle Forms, where all the work is being done. And technically, the Oracle technical design team, which does writing the code starting from SQL development, writing the table design, view design, or whatever SQL objects are being created or being used in Oracle apps, those being done by Oracle technical team. Again, procedure functions is developed by this technical team and utilized in this particular Oracle apps. Mainly, if you talk about in Oracle apps, basically I would be I'm working in the technical design team, where I used to work by using the technologies as SQL and PL SQL. So I'm doing the coding part, like PL SQL code, where I need to day to day I need to work on the Oracle procedures, Oracle functions, the SQL code and all. So I think everyone is getting my points. Do you have any questions? Then you can ask anytime. So I have given too much theory part. So now we can talk about some tools. So these are the tools basically used in Oracle apps. So SQL Developer or Toad. So SQL Developer and Toad is used for developing all the PL SQL code. SQL Developer is provided by Oracle itself, so we don't have the license for that. It is freeware to use. Toad is basically similar tool, but it is licensed version. JDeveloper is basically used to develop the web pages. Oracle Form Builder is nothing but whichever form I just said that using Java applet, whichever the forms are being developed, so which is done by Form Builder. Every organization has their reporting tool or a reporting purpose, because unless you have the reports with you, so you won't be deciding your goals, you won't be able to decide your future path. So Oracle Reports is a separate tool or separate technology where you will be building your own reports based on the organization requirement. Oracle Workflow Builder is a software, is a tool basically, which is used internally to just move from one module to another module. Like if you talk about, I want to purchase one of the, any item. I want to purchase any item. So I would raise one requisition, but just if I raise one requisition, then it is not be able to provide by supplier, and I can purchase that. So it will go to my manager. Manager will review those requisitions, whether that is really applicable to me, and it is having really useful that. So just move from one to another, moving from myself to my manager. There is a one flow, there is one path which is done by Oracle Workflow Builder. So these mainly 4 or 5 tools are being used. And most awaited part we can see now, walkthrough of Oracle ERP. Basically, I would like to tell one point here. It is not ethical to show, because as I'm private organization as a part, but still as a learning purpose, I can show some of the slides, some of the demo of that Oracle ERP. So give me 2 minutes. I'll just open the application and I'll walk through. Just allow me 2 minutes. So let me know once you are able to see.
Yes, it is visible.
Yeah. So as I said earlier, Oracle has given the flexibility to their client to customize, use as they want. So the customization, just example I would like to tell here, if you see the Nuance logo, so which is done by customization, and here they have given their company's name. So just example of the customization. So here I have been created my username in this particular organization. So having my username and password here. So just walking through this Oracle Apps application. So I would like to give one example. If you say, or if you just map with your real-time example with this Oracle Apps application, if you talk about your own house, then you would be required authorized person to access that particular house. And though that is authorized person, you need a key to unlock your door. So just correlate to this Oracle ERP. So my username is nothing, this Oracle Apps application is nothing but house. My username and password is nothing but authorized person. And to access different modules, I need some responsibilities or roles is nothing but keys of your house. So before going further, I would like to tell, which I have not yet covered. So Oracle has different modules. As I said, AP is nothing but application. account payables. AR is nothing but account receivables. Again, we would be having, I'm talking about Oracle financial modules. GL is nothing but general ledgers. These are the main modules in Oracle financials. So these are the user accessible models where actually the customer is working their work. And there is another part is like if you talk the admin part. So where actually any developer will go and create their own customization interfaces, whatever the front end development, whatever the forms development, and each and everything. So there are two parts. One is business responsibilities, and one is developer responsibilities. So I would give the example as a business. So where I, as a user, I will be accessing one of the responsibility, and I will show how this particular application is being used. So to access this, as I required a house key, so similarly, I would require one of the responsibilities. So this is customized responsibility. It means as per business requirement, they have created this. So I'm located in India. So they have given responsibility as Nuan India procurement. So procurement responsibility is used basically to purchase any of the items. So this overall page is developed under OAF, Oracle Application Framework. So you call it as GSP page or you call it as web page. So this is nothing but a web page. So it looks like. So here I can go and choose any of the items which I need to purchase. So similarly, you can buy any item and you can use it. So similarly, I talked about Oracle Forms. So I will show how it looks like. I would like to show here how users are being created and how these responsibilities are being created. So there is one responsibility, system administrator, where you will be finding all the options which basically require to build your application. So here to open any Java forms, we require JRE. You might be knowing what is JRE. So with the help of this Java technology JREs, we'd be able to open the Java applet forms. So this is the screen of Oracle Forms is built in Oracle Form Builder, where we can build as per our requirement. We can build the forms, different types of forms. Here I would like to show you my details here. So here My username is created with these details, and these are the responsibilities is given by the team to me, so I can access my I can access these responsibilities and use this particular application or whatever I want to create. I can create myself. So this is application developer is the responsibility where I have all the rights to develop this particular application. So this is something Oracle Apps walkthrough. If you need some more details, you can tell me now. I would like to show you, this is Oracle SQL developer where I can query, I can write some queries. Select star from Google. Basically, every student might have run this particular query. It would give X as output. So just now you have seen my username from the front end, and I will show you the details at the back end. Here you will be able to see my details. Yeah, so my username, when is the last updated, created, password encrypted, and all. So these are some introduction of Oracle software tools. So now we'll go further to enter, and one more tool is left, so that is JDeveloper. This JDeveloper is being used for the web page development, which I have showed you, first page where I can procure something. So this page, that particular page is developed under this tool. So I would like to give some of the hints here. Oracle Apps, at some level you understood what is that, how it is being used, what are the tools are being used, and what is the importance of that particular software in IT organizations. But to enter in this particular ERP world, Oracle Apps world, what are the technical skills you require? So that is the main part. So I would like to go through that skills as well. So in the development track, if you talk about, then we need SQL knowledge and the PL SQL knowledge. Once you are strong in these two particular areas, you would be able to join Oracle Apps organizations, and you can perform or you can build your career. So everyone knows what is SQL and their usage. And as everyone has already learned this, so I'm not going to read or going to explain each and every points. Just you can go through. Basically, it is used to build or your queries and retrieve your details, data. You can upgrade, you can manipulate, you can retrieve data. And as I said, on every steps, you would be able to find SQL in IT industry. Oracle is itself as a database used in the market. Savvis is the database, Microsoft SQL Server, Access. These are some database softwares which are used in different organizations. The main commands in SQL, that is DDL, DML, you are aware already. So create, drop, truncate, alter, these are some DDL commands which are used to create the database objects. And some manipulation commands are insert, update, delete, merge. These are the main parts of SQL you need to know. And some important topics I have listed down, and I have given some brief details about it. So what are the database objects you must know? What are the SQL constraints you must know about it? Joins, clauses, operators, SQL functions. These are some important points. Due to time constraint, I would not be able to explain each and every line. But I can do one thing for you. I can share this particular PPT, or anyways, you'll be able to get these details on internet as well. No issues. So database objects are nothing but table, view, index, synonyms, sequence, used for multiple purposes. Constraints are basically rules. With the help of these rules, you would maintain your data, and you can easily identify, you can easily normalize your database. So not null, unique, primary key, foreign key, check, default constraint. These are some constraints in SQL. So join is main part of SQL language. Basically, with the help of joins, you can connect multiple tables. You can retrieve data in one result set by combining all the tables, multiple tables, one, two, with satisfying different conditions. So there are inner join, outer join, left outer join, right outer join, full join. There are different types of joins. So SQL clauses. So without SQL clause, you are not able to use SQL language. So from, where, group by, order by, having clause, using, where, current of, for update. These are some SQL clauses which are very helpful, or which must to use in SQL. SQL operators. So to perform any action, or to get some details without putting your efforts, so Oracle or SQL has already given some functions, arithmetic functions, which performs basically operations such like addition, multiplication, and subtraction, all these things. Comparison, to compare one to another string or any operations. Then logical operator we need to use, set operator. So SQL functions, again, Oracle has already provided numeric functions, string functions, date functions, conversion functions, group functions. So with the help of SQL, we are not going to achieve much details, but again you need to use PL SQL, and then you will be able to perform, or you will be able to build your application. So with the help of only SQL, you are not able to build your application like Oracle apps. So for PL SQL usage, and what is exact PL SQL, you will be able to get in this particular slide. This is procedure oriented language, or we can say some extension of SQL. It will, basically it has overcome to some limitation of SQLs. It is highly performance, highly integrated with database. You can integrate other languages in this particular PL SQL too. And these are some technical stuff, how it is being basically talks to the PL SQL engine, and how it is going to interact with the database and all. So these are some important topics in PL SQL, which is basically used in IT organization. So procedure function is mainly used in developing the softwares or maintain the softwares. Control statements are nothing but your looping statements or if else statements. Cursor is nothing but a or area or context of the some data set. Exception handling, you might be aware already. It is used for to handle abnormal termination. Triggers basically used to achieve the goals at runtime. So collection and bulk collect is basically used in the advanced PL SQL on huge data set. So these are explained in the later on part. So what is procedure or what is function? Main difference is procedure, function has a return keyword with the data type. It must return the values, where procedure also has the return, procedure also return the values, but the way it is different. It has out parameter to return the values, and function has the return keyword to return the values. So control statements, as I explained, like looping statement and the decision making statements structures. So cursor, implicit cursor and explicit cursor. You are aware this already, so I'm not explaining. I'm just moving the slides. This is nothing but exception handling, where basically interrupt the normal flow of the programs and the program get terminate abnormally. So to handle this, so exceptional handling comes into the picture. So there are two types of exception handling: system defined and user defined. So system defined, if you talk about, if select query returns no data, then we can handle with no data found. If we write the query and to return one record, and unfortunately that particular query returns multiple rows, then it will throw too many rows. Value error divided by 0. These some types of user defined exceptions. So this is trigger. Basically this trigger is used to handle the sensitive data, or like maintaining the integrity of data information of the database. It again used for preventing the invalid transaction and all. So this is a very much important topic or a very much important concept in the IT organization application development. So again, as I said, bulk collection is used for handling huge data at one time. It is again with the help of this particular concept improves the performance, because at one time we are reducing the context switch between SQL PL SQL engine and the database. It allows SQL engine to fetch multiple records at once. We can give the limitation of it as well. So I think that's it from my side. As a technical, we can discuss what are the real-time application of Oracle apps. So basically, Oracle apps is used in manufacturing industries as well, IT industries, retail markets. So just take an example of manufacturing industries. So to maintain their manufacturing items, they are using inventory model of Oracle apps, where you would be able to define the item, you would be able to retrieve those items, you would be able to assign those warehouses, taking the reports and all the parts. IT organization, if you talk about, then mainly HRMS is being used, where all the HR detail, employee related details are being manipulated, being handled in this particular Oracle apps. Retail market, if you talk about, then purchasing and selling, those are the main work is being handled in Oracle apps. So this all about Oracle apps, but apart from those Oracle apps technical part, and this understanding part. We should know about software engineering. Important topics are there which basically correlate with the IT organization and the educational your curriculum activities. Then ERP is a subject, SQL engineering, software engineering is a subject, DevOps is a subject. Those are the important topics other than technical topics. You should know these. I think that's it from my side. So career, if you talk about your career in Oracle Apps. So as I said, Oracle Apps is a huge market where you will be able to build your career, expertise your to utilize your skills and get the opportunities to work in Oracle ERP. Again, you will be finding Oracle cloud-based application as well. So if some of the students or someone wants to grow their career in cloud, also they can look for this. Or some of students are interested in SQL, PL/SQL, then they also can take the help of that technical skill and they can enter this particular career. So where you can find mainly three departments like Oracle Functional Consultant, Oracle Technical Consultant, and Oracle DBA. So these are the main areas where you can apply for jobs and you can career in that. So that's it from my side. If any questions then I would be happy to answer those questions.
Yeah, thank you, Sangami sir. So it was really indeed an informative session, and I hope this will provide students with valuable insights. So to the question answer session. So the first question is from Swati. She's asking what is the difference between Oracle application design and Oracle technical design?
Okay. So as I already said, those terminology has written by me to just explain or just to give the what easy in the easy way, just give to understanding of those concepts. So application design is nothing but, in my terminology, is nothing but front-end development, and technical design is nothing but back-end development. So application design is done by the technology OF and Oracle Forms. So where we can say like Java, and Oracle technical design is nothing but with the help of SQL and PL/SQL, you will be able to design the technical stuff, technical coding and all.
Okay.
Am I making sense on this particular question?
Yeah, I hope Swati she has got the answer for the question, I guess. So the next question is from Pranita. What is ERP in Oracle Apps? Which Oracle app category is most useful for making career in Oracle app development?
Okay. Basically, this is a good question actually, because I'm also finding that answer. Basically, Oracle Apps is nothing but a software or tool basically used in IT organization to maintain their business. And I don't think there are some example or a separate model we can say. Can you repeat a question once?
What is the Oracle app category which is most useful for making career? Yeah, category.
Okay. So as I said, there is not defined anywhere like categories. So Oracle Apps is a basically software. So they have multiple different releases. It's not nothing, but it's not like they have different categories. They have only releases or upgrades. Oracle Apps is a single software but have multiple modules. So once you enter in Oracle Apps, you'd be able to grow your career in multiple or different modules based on your expertise. So if you are having expertise in accounting area, then you can go for financials, Oracle Financials. If you are doing HR course or you are interested in HR, then you can go for HRMS. Or if you have interest in technical part, as I said, like Java, then you can able to grow your career in application design part. Or if you are having interest in SQL and PL SQL, then you can go for technical design part. Or as a technical consultant, you can look for.
Okay. Okay, we have one more last question. Do Oracle apps handle unstructured data? As of now, most of the data is collected unstructured. This is a question from Rishabh.
Unstructured data. So what does it mean unstructured? First of all, if you just talk about just data like without having any criteria, and if you want to store those details, then we have to follow some basic guidelines, and then only you are able to store the details. Unless you make it simple structure, you won't be able to store those details. Like if you want more more detailed answer about it, then you need to explain me what is unstructured. Then I will be able to give the exact answer of it.
Okay, Rishabh, are you there? Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, Rishabh.
Yeah, I am audible.
Yeah, you're audible.
So unstructured data is like image, videos that we collect. So that is our unstructured data. So I want to know that Oracle handles that type of data or not.
Yes, definitely. So okay, go ahead.
Okay, thank you. Sir, I didn't get you right clearly this answer because Oracle's collect the data in tabular format and that is structured, and this image videos are unstructured. So for storing the data in Oracle apps, we have to convert unstructured data into a structured first, or it can directly be collected there in Oracle.
Yeah, so good question basically. So yeah, as you said, you're right, like Oracle stores the data in structured format, but for unstructured data, what we do? So basically there are some data types where you can store your data as a unstructured formatted, like blob, clob, you might have aware of these data types. So with the help of these data types, you will be able to store these type of unstructured data like images, videos, and all whatever you want, audio and all.
Hello, Rishabh?
Does it make sense?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Great. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you.
Great. Any more questions, students? Hello? Okay, so I think there are no more any questions, right? So thank you, Sangameshwar. You have just provided very valuable insights for the future perspectives in IT career. You have also acquainted the students with the usage and the tools which are present in the Oracle Labs in IT industry. So thank you once again. Thanks a lot.
Yeah, welcome.
So, yeah, students, you can see a link which will be displayed on the screen shortly. You need to give the feedback and answer a short quiz. So this is mandatory for you to receive your certificate, which you will be receiving on your respective email IDs. Okay, the link will be posted in the chat box as well. Yeah, so is this link? Okay. Yeah, you can see the link on the screen. Okay. So you have to, in order to get e-certificate, you'll have to fill on this feedback form. Also, you please write your name in full, okay? So that the same will come on the certificate as well. Okay. So I'm very grateful to Mr. Sangameshwar Modi for sparing his time with us for today's session. I would also like to express my gratitude and sincere thanks to our organizers, coordinators, and technical team for giving an excellent exposure to this webinar. Almost 400 plus students from more than 50 plus colleges and universities have registered and participated here in Webathon 2020. I also wish my gratitude, express my gratitude to our director, Dr. Dipali Savai, for providing inspiration. Our next webinar series is scheduled on 11th July 2020 at 12 p.m. on Information Security and Cryptography by Mr. Yashwant Boradkar, Associate Cyber Security at TIAA. Further details will be communicated to you via mails and your group for those who have done the registrations. So till then, have a great day ahead. Thank you. Thank you, Sangameshwar.
Thank you. Thanks for